everybody, and welcome back to the Fairy Tale family, where our goal is to put a little bit of magic into your everyday. I'm Chelsea, and today we are going to be taking you through my microblading experience. So let's start with, what is microblading? If you're not deeply into the world of personal grooming, microblading might be a new concept for you, but you might decide it's something that you want to do as well. Microblading is kind of like a tattoo. Now don't get scared, it is much less permanent. In my case, I feel like that's unfortunate, but it is much less permanent than a tattoo. But basically, it is a small handheld tool by a professional who inserts like tiny cuts into your skin, and then they insert a pigment. So it's a temporary tattoo of sorts. Okay. You can likely microblade different areas of your body or face, but the most popular microblading area are the eyebrows. And that's what I had done over or toward the end of the summer and last month as well. So I wanted my eyebrows to be fully healed before I came to talk to you about my experience, how much it costs, do I think it's worth it, and the results, because I'm gonna be showing you some before and afters as well. I came to the world of microblading because I was at a wax appointment, as one does, and the beautiful, wonderful human who waxes my eyebrows was like, girl, your eyebrows need help. Now, I've been filling in my own eyebrows for about a decade. I was an overplucker in high school. So word to the wise, if you're a younger human watching this, do not overpluck your eyebrows because you think they'll come back, but when you want them back, they're gone. They've ghosted you. So I was an overplucker, and now I'm quite literally paying for the sin. I'm paying for that sin because I can't make my eyebrows full naturally. I have been using some new products that are helping, and I'll share those with you today as well. But when Stephanie, my wax professional, said, I have a girl, check her out, I immediately started following her on Instagram. Her name is Treya. If you live in Massachusetts, she's worth the drive. I will link her handle here as well as below. She is amazing, and she is the definition of eyebrow goals. So I started doing some research because I'm a fairly meticulous person. I know I wanted my eyebrows to look a certain way. And I have crazy eyebrows, like where one naturally does this and the other one does this. So I wanted to make sure that I was finding a professional who would make them look like sisters. You know, we've all heard the phrase that your eyebrows are sisters, not twins, but mine were like distant cousins. One was thick and grew crazy and made an arch, otherwise known as your strong brow, by the way. And the other was stick straight and had very little natural hairs. So doing them in the morning, this is the why, okay? Doing my own eyebrows was taking me more than half of my makeup routine to get done in the morning. And I go to school very early in the morning, and in the summer, it's literally the last thing I want to do is to have to spend 20 minutes making little brush strokes to make them look natural. I also had a hard time plucking them on my own because of how they grew. So if you have crazy eyebrows or you want to up your eyebrow game, microblading might be for you. Let's take you through the process. After my meticulous research, I booked an appointment with Treya. This is during the case of COVID, right? So I had to wear a mask for the entire 2 hours that I was in my first appointment. She recommends 2 appointments within a 5-week time frame. So your initial appointment where your microblading gets done for the first time, and then a 5-week follow-up because you don't know how the pigment is going to change. I'm gonna insert a clip right here of what my eyebrows used to look like. Is of me completing the Falmouth Road Race this summer, and when I run, I don't wear any makeup. So you can see that my eyebrows are unwieldy, but they're also very shapeless. And this is what I was waking up to every day. Now, this is not the end of the world, folks, right? You can easily fix this. I've been using the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil for years, and I do like this. I actually prefer this over any of the Sephora brand eyebrow products. I like this shape. I like the color, and I love that it comes with a spoolie on the end. So this is what I had been using for a very long time. And my eyebrows did go through phases where sometimes they were thick and sometimes they were thin. I can still do that, but the entire goal is now that I don't really have to, I don't touch them. So I'm gonna show you some footage that I took in my car the day that I walked out of Treya's salon, and then I'll take you through what happened while I was there. Okay, so I am currently waiting for this numbing cream to take place. It's supposed to stay on for 25 minutes. And in that process, I am filling out paperwork so that I know what to do during healing and what to expect. So I'll keep you posted, but these bad boys will hopefully not look like worms. That's what I used to call them in college, my eyebrow worms. Hopefully when we're done with this, they'll be fresh and thick and dark, like eyebrows should be for someone with dark hair. We'll see. Okay, so super red. I literally am like in my car out from the appointment. My face is oily because I was in a mask for 2 hours, but guys, I have real people eyebrows, not little worms that I have to fill in. I think I love them. So this is like immediately day one. They're supposed to like heal, and in that process they peel and flake. So I'll keep you posted. We'll keep you posted. Okay, so now you've seen the before, you've seen the after, or the initial after. Let's talk about what happened in between. So in Treya's salon, they do put numbing cream on your eyebrows for about 20 to 30 minutes out of that first initial 2-hour appointment. After that time happens, she'll take off the numbing cream, and then what she does is map out your face. Now this is the part that took the longest. So they have this string that almost looks like floss, and it's pigmented, and she maps your face. So she literally is looking at the symmetry of between your eyebrows, across your face, so that she can create the perfect shape. This took about 90 minutes while I was just laying there on the table. And she kept checking in with me to say, okay, tell me if you like these lines. And I'm very particular, so it took so long because I kept saying, could you bring this down a touch? Could you bring this one up a little bit? Could you bring them closer in? Are you gonna do fine strokes, which I'll do a zoom in so you can see what these look like too. That part took the longest. Now the tricky bit is, at that time, the numbing cream had worn off, and she started with my left brow. So when she did the first pass with the microblading needles, I could feel it. Was it the end of the world? No. It was uncomfortable. So, I mean, if you're comparing it on a pain scale where like 10 is childbirth and a 1 is just living your day-to-day life, it was probably a 4.5, we'll go with that, the first round through. She then adds pigment and then adds another layer of numbing cream. It stings, but at least you know there's more numbing to happen. This one, she put more numbing cream on this side before she came back to it while she was working. I didn't feel it at all. Like, legitimately numb. So then there's a second round where she does super fine hairs. So when I left Treya the first time, I loved my eyebrows. Now the care for these we'll get into a little bit because it's a little high maintenance to care for them for the first couple of weeks. So between that first appointment and 5 weeks, my eyebrows lightened a ton. She tried to match the first time we went, like the underneath natural side of my hair, because I still had blonde in my hair when I went to her the first time at the end of August. So she matched like the dark natural roots of my hair, and then they lightened a ton, and I didn't touch them at all between the first appointment and the second appointment. I'll insert a clip here of the before of my follow-up appointment. Hello everybody. Love this up close and personal view of my face. But it's day 7. So today is 7 days after I have had my eyebrows microbladed. I'm getting ready to go to the beach, which is why I'm like devoid of most makeup, and my hair is just like greasy slicked back into this pony. I'm not like a fancy beach goer. I'd love to be that girl who's like, I get ready and then I put my fancy hat on, and I'm like, I'm just not. The faster I can get to the beach, the better, which means that I'm not gonna spend time. And I don't always swim when I go to the beach, and today I'm certainly not allowed to like submerge my eyebrows, but I wanted to give you an up close and personal look. Now I did shellac them with ointment because they are so itchy. Are you getting ready, babe? Get ready, please, so we can go to the beach quick. Okay. So I'm hoping you can see this. I don't know what that is. What is that? That could just be my skin. Okay, so the process so far has been that like day 1, they were a little red, but they were perfect. Days 2 through 5, they were really dark and started to get itchy. And now they've like started flaking, which I don't know if you can see with like the ointment in them. But this is like the natural course. So today is my last day. Let me show you the paperwork. Today is my last day with the ointment. I've been putting it on morning and night, and I just take a little Q-tip. Sorry, it's super dark in here. I take a little Q-tip, I dab it into the ointment, and then I just like go over my eyebrows. But I'm looking in the mirror. It's really hard to tell, but like they kind of look crazy right now in this, especially in this lighting, with the light reflecting off of them. We're reaching the point where they should start fading before they like come back. This is the sheet that Treya gave me. She's the one who did my eyebrows. Sorry about all the sniffles here. We are in this phase right here. Now they're a different shape and flaking off, day 5 through 10. So this is what her sad eyebrows look like and what my sad eyebrows are starting to look like. And then day 10 through 15, they kind of fade and disappear. They come back, and then touch-up day happens 5 weeks later, and your brows are perfect. So something I want, oh, not in focus. Here we go. Something I want to stress is that this is a process. Like, they're not gonna be perfect from day 1 on. They do go through a healing phase, and then they become perfect, and then you don't have to worry about them for like a year. So this is where we are, day 7. Honestly, I feel like even the worst possible day in these whatever, like healing days, is still gonna be better than what my eyebrows were naturally. So we'll keep checking in, but that's where we are today. Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm in my office doing some work. I worked on a blog post, but that's not why you're here. You're here for these pups. So today is day, look at that crazy one. That one's mine. Day 15. So I am in that place where they are healed, and now they are full on fading. Like I'm not putting oil on them. I can gently wash them along with the rest of my face. I can expose them to sun, but as you can see, they're like not nearly as full as they were in the beginning, and that's normal. Now, I don't put any extra product on them when I'm getting ready, so like this is just what they look like. And honestly, they're still better than my brows. So we're halfway through the month, which like 30 days is supposed to be kind of the test, and then I go back for my 5-week fill-in. So that's where we are in the process. Okay, so I just finished work. It's been 5 weeks. These are what the eyebrows look like. I literally haven't touched any of these stray hairs either because I didn't know if she wanted me to. So I'm here at my follow-up. Let's see what they look like after. I'm hoping that we can fill in like this little bald spot, this little baldy. Okay. Now you can see that my eyebrows don't look perfect in this clip, right? That they're very light, they're a little askew. I hadn't touched or plucked a single hair because I wanted her to be able to see the full effect of what happens when I just don't touch my eyebrows. So while we were there the second time, and that appointment is only an hour because your mapping is already done, she decided to go a bit darker, and that's where we stand today. So I'm gonna zoom you in a bit so you can see my eyebrows as they currently are.
These are the brows 5 weeks later, folks. Just retouched. I hope they stay this dark.
So you can't see or can't tell the difference between my eyebrows and her brush strokes. That's what makes her, this particular woman, a genius. So if you are deciding to get microblading done, please do your research ahead of time. Look, I'm so sorry if you can hear lawn work going on in the background. Make sure that when you're looking at samples of the eyebrows that they've done, that you can see the seamlessness, right? You want it to be a cohesive eyebrow. So I'm very happy with these. Now the only product that I've been using between, since I saw her last, which was about a month ago, the only product I've been using is the Anastasia of Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. And I just use this. It's just like a mascara. I just use this to like fluff up the fronts and keep the rest tame. I've been thinking about getting like a boy brow or like a give me brow to kind of do the same thing if I ever worry about them darkening. Now, let's talk about in between. Like after you get your eyebrows microbladed, how do you take care of them? So there's a couple of things that are a necessity. Just like if you permed your hair, the first 24 to 48 hours are crucial to keeping them dry. Please let me show you how I did this. Hi, it's day 2 of new eyebrows. Sorry, I just woke up. I'm about to get in the shower. So I just wanted to show you how much darker they got overnight. And that's totally normal. They're gonna get way darker and then lighten back up to be sleepy lines on my arms. So they'll darken up and then return to being lighter. So they're gonna be a lot darker today. Let me show you what I have to wear in the shower. So this is an eyebrow protector. Goes on your head, covers your eyebrows, so that your eyebrows don't get wet for the first like 24 to 48 hours. I think I'll wear this with my mask in public as my protective equipment. Would it be good for school? Maybe she's born with it. When I left Treya, she gave me these face shields and told me that when I took a shower, I needed to secure them to the top of my forehead to keep this area of my face dry. So for the first week or so, I kind of went above and beyond. It was also summer. I really didn't want my face getting wet. I also took it easy with exercising because I didn't want excessive sweat in my eyebrows either. You also have to use a, like a goo on them. It's like a Vaseline twice a day to keep them hydrated because you certainly don't want them drying out, and you don't want to transfer the oils and bacteria from your fingers to your eyebrows. So it's encouraged that you don't touch them either, and they do get itchy. They get itchy, just like as if you got a tattoo and it was healing. It gets itchy. So it was kind of hard. I would like pat around my eyes to try to eliminate the itch. I would put cooling things on them to try to eliminate some of that desire to scratch them. The hardest part for me was that I couldn't use retinol, which I love in my nighttime skincare, within 2 inches, because anything that you put within 2 inches of your eyebrows migrates into them. So even now I have to be careful about how high I put it and how I moisturize it and rub it or massage it into my skin, because the retinol or any anti-aging product is going to lighten your brows. So the deal is that within 1 year, I'll go back and see Treya for a touch-up. I will do this for as long as I like microblading, but the idea is that your eyebrows can look fresh every day for the rest of your life, in theory. In theory. So there is a maintenance schedule, but it is very, very minimal. And in the meantime, to eliminate the stray hairs, which are lighter so you don't see them as much, I use this little tool from Sephora. It has these little blades on the end, which aren't incredibly sharp. Just like use this in the middle so that I don't get a unibrow. And then for the more tricky or stubborn, smaller hairs, I just use whatever tweezers we have. I really love the mini pink Mr. Tweezerman tweezers, but I don't know where they go. They just seem to disappear. This one used to have like a flashlight on the middle so that you could really like get on into the little tiny bits. I honestly don't worry about it that much. If I see a stray hair, I'll pluck it. But what's nice is now that I have a guideline or a frame to go by, so I know where my little extra hairs are. Whereas before I was just kind of like, I don't like this one, I'll pluck it. And then was compounding the issue of over tweezing. This cost, I know that's gonna be a question here. This cost $450 for the initial both sessions. So my session in August and my session in September, it was $450. Microblading can run, I think that's on the lower end. Microblading can certainly run a lot more than that, depending on where you go, who you see, how prestigious the office is. You can look at your salon's Yelp reviews. You can obviously just Google them. Likely a lot of places have feedback and reviews on both Instagram and Facebook, but I trust the person who recommended me to her, so part of my job was already done. I am hoping that this lasts me around a year. And really the benefits for me here are that I don't worry about my eyebrows. They're just done all the time. I went from what I called having worm eyebrows to having like big girl eyebrows, and I'm not overdrawing them in because they're naturally done. I know where to pluck should I need to. They just take something off my plate in the morning that I don't have to worry about anymore, and that to me is a priceless cost. I also don't think, compared to a lot of my other beauty upkeep pieces, that $450 annually is a steep price to pay. Now that may be outside of your price range, and there are ways to microblade at home or to do like eyebrow tinting, which I've also done, but it doesn't have the same long-lasting results. And I actually did the math. For me to get my eyebrows tinted every 6 weeks would actually cost more than one annual microblading appointment. And now my follow-up appointments I think are only $190 or $195 a year. So I only had to pay that $450 initially to have the work done, and then if I maintain it within the 6 to 12 month follow-up process, it's under $200. So that is very reasonable for me to continue doing this. I wanted to show you one more product that I've been using that's been helping with both my eyelash growth as well as my eyebrow growth, because even though they're microbladed, I still want them to grow on their own. I discovered Athia, this brand on Instagram that is really geared toward women who focus on a healthy lifestyle. So I don't know if I really qualify as that kind of woman in that demographic, but I am working out more. Obviously, I'm on a weight loss journey, so I'm spending more time in like my athleisure wear because I'm working out and then going somewhere, or vice versa is usually the case. But I really liked that these products were developed with natural ingredients. So this is the Lash and Brow Growth Serum. I will link this below. I feel like this would be a really good holiday gift as well for a woman or man in your life who is looking to grow their lashes and brows, because this product does work. So it comes with this little tiny needle point brush, and all you do is like brush it through your eyebrows and then put it at the very base of your eyelashes. Now, I know this video isn't about my eyelashes and I do have a coat of mascara on, but these are so much longer than they used to be. So when I don't have mascara on, they don't curl the way that I would like them to. Like, I'd always like them to have that upward curl, and my eyelashes tend to grow out, but they are noticeably longer. So after your lashes are cleansed, like your makeup is off, this is where you apply it, and it is clinically proven to regrow and thicken your lashes and brows. The thing about something like this product is you just have to use it over time. You can't use it for a week or even 2 weeks and see results. It has to be something you're consistently doing for like 6 to 8 weeks. So I have been doing that. This is a California-based company. I'll leave it linked below, but I think that this has really helped with my brows and my lashes growing in naturally. Okay, friends, so if you have any questions for me about anything I mentioned today or otherwise, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to know if this is something you're considering or you're curious about. I know I was curious about it for a while before I did it myself, but if you have questions, ask me on Instagram. You can DM me anytime at the Fairy Tale Family, leave your comments below, and sign up for our newsletter because I'm often answering questions in the newsletter, which comes out on Wednesdays. I promise you'll love it. It's full of magic, and it would really help me out here if you would like this video, if you want to see more about like my personal beauty routines. And if you're not yet, please subscribe. We'd love to have you around, and we have a ton of exciting holiday content coming your way. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye.